What's up guys, Spootyskater back again with a brand new video, and this week's video is going to be a little bit different from what I usually do because I don't think I've ever done a dedicated skateboard setup video, but I think it's about time to retire this old creature deck. The tail is getting pretty razored down to the edge, and I've had this fresh one sitting around collecting dust in my apartment for a good few months now. So I figured what better time to set up one for you folks at home, because there's a few things I want to talk about, maybe some life updates and a little bit of philosophy in terms of skateboarding, just some ideas and thoughts that I've had mulling around in my head. And in fact, I've been thinking about starting a little bit of a YouTube series here where I talk about some of the philosophical side of skateboarding. If that's something you're interested in, be sure to let me know in the comment section below. And I got some ideas to get it started, get the ball rolling. But if there's any topics or things that you think would be interesting to talk about, leave a comment below and maybe we'll address it in the future. But with that said, let's get started on setting up this board right here. Obviously we've got the creature deck here. We've got some independent hollow trucks. I got Bones 54 millimeters. I think they're 99A. I don't know. I'm not a huge specification guy, but I know what feels good, and these have been pretty good for me. Bones Red's on there, and this is a Galactic G local skate shop board. I haven't skated a skate shop board in a while, but this one actually won in a raffle, which is really kind of cool because I don't think I've ever won a raffle before. So I figured, what the hey, why not set up, see what all the fuss is about. I've seen a lot of people riding this particular deck in the last few months actually. In terms of hardware on this is still pretty good, besides just barring one thing, and that's these guys right here, the bushings. I don't know what is wrong with me, but I always end up cracking each and every pair of bushings. And finally, grip. Jessup grip, just because I'm told it's not as grippy as some of the other grips, and therefore I'm not going to ruin my shoes quite as quickly, and so I'm all for that. I hate ruining my shoes really fast, and I just bought a brand new pair yesterday. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start just by taking off the hardware from the old deck. It has been a while since I've set up my own deck before, because usually I'll just buy the whole works of stuff and then the shop just sets it up, and I don't know. There is something nice about doing it yourself, like getting your own hands on the board and like tuning it yourself, and kind of miss it every now and then. But I'll be honest, I've been a little bit down and out in terms of skateboarding lately because I've been sort of suffering on and off with this lower back sciatica kind of injury pain thing that has really been making it difficult to skateboard. And I feel like it's frustrating and disappointing because I feel like I take one step forward and two steps back, and I'm constantly regressing in terms of that. And it got me thinking about the way skateboarding is, and it's easy, I think, to look at skateboarding as sort of a linear and straightforward path in terms of like your skill level and your progression. Like, just skate more, learn more tricks, and then you're gonna get better. But it doesn't really work like that in the grand scheme of things. It's like, okay, that's the front truck. Remember, that's the front truck, right? Can you guys remember that? Thanks. It doesn't really work like that in the grand scheme of things because it ebbs and flows so much differently. There's like waves and there's tides, and you can have a wash of really great skate sessions and feel like you've made tons of progress, and then like the next week, you're skating the worst that you have in years and months. And it's tricky to because you can get in your own head and get in a rut about that. And I feel like that's kind of how I've been lately. It's like, as much as I have so much fun skating, it's just like this whole injury thing is just a real bummer. And I know probably the best thing to do is just to rest, and give it some time and give it a few more weeks off. But I always worry when I do that, oh no, I'm gonna miss out, and the next time I get back on the board, it's gonna be so much harder. It's gonna have to relearn everything over and over again. But I try to redirect myself. I think about it in terms of, if you watch a flower on a day-to-day basis, you're not really gonna see it blossom all that much. It's not gonna change so much. But if you come back in a week or a couple of weeks or a month, then you're gonna notice a big difference in terms of how that flower looks. And it's kind of the same with your skateboarding, or I guess your skill level in any kind of activity or hobby. Practice makes perfect, but you're not going to see that much of a difference day to day. Like I said, you might have some days where you're like, wow, this is amazing, I'm skating so much better. But some days you're just gonna it's not gonna be great. And I think you gotta maybe scale back a little bit and take a look at your skateboarding from a grander perspective in terms of years and months and years, and see how good you are this year compared to last year. And I think that's part of the reason why I'm kind of bummed out lately, is because I set pretty good expectations, high expectations for myself this year. And my skateboarding, I made this big list of tricks I wanted to learn, and I wanted to progress and be the best I can. And I feel like I haven't, we're already halfway through the year now. It's June. I haven't quite obtained that. That can be a bummer, and I think it's easy to overthink these sorts of things too, but you know, at the end of the day, I've said it before, I'll say it again, skateboarding is just meant to be something that you do for fun. And I'm taking the wheels off here because these bearings probably need a little bit of a good clean, and I think I'm gonna rotate the wheels as well. One of those things you just gotta not overthink it, not work too hard in terms of putting so much pressure on yourself. And I feel like I do that, especially now because I have this YouTube channel and it's all about skateboarding and shenanigans. And you know, it's not my job. I don't make any money off of this, at least at this current time. Hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe in the future it'll become fruitful. But I still put a bunch of pressure on myself to, you know, go out and make these videos. And when I can't skate because of an injury, then I feel like I'm missing out even more. Like I feel like I'm not producing, which is, I guess, silly, you know, because there's so many other ways I can fulfill myself in that sense. But doing things like this is fun. Maybe I'll do more of these videos. I don't know. Let me know what you think. If you like these kinds of videos, watching someone take apart a skateboard and stream of consciousness, basically. I'm just spewing my thoughts out there for the entire world to see. Lots of dirt getting in these bearings. Oh yeah, that's Candyland sand and dust and dirt in there. I think a couple of them I might need to pop out of the wheel and give it a little deeper clean. I got a little speed cream here. I don't have any like proper bearing cleaner or any acetone or anything, so I'm actually just gonna pop the speed cream on directly onto the bearing. I know that's not advised to do like that, but I'm gonna break the rules today. You'll notice I've gone silent now because I'm really focusing hard, and I think I've said just about everything I wanted to say. I didn't really think this through. I thought I would have more to say, but I guess I don't have more to say. So now we're just gonna sit in silence as I pop the covers off my bearings and lube up those balls. Probably gonna get demonetized for saying that, but I'm talking about ball bearings. I'm gonna put some skate lube on ball bearings. Don't you guys get some dirty minds out there? PG channel, guys, come on. All right, I'm gonna let those sit for a few minutes and we'll see what happens. Can make it worse, right? If anything, it can't make it worse. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. So it looks like the bushings on my front truck don't look too bad, but I'm gonna replace them anyway. I guess it's just my back truck that I end up breaking. Oh, by the way, these are Dodos 92 by Sorry, right? By Shorties in Santa Barbara, California, in case you're curious what bushings I'm putting on. Now you know. So I'm not gonna crank that yet.
Why are we out of focus? How long have we been out of focus? Hello?
I think it's just important to put things into perspective. I guess that's the gist of this whole skate philosophy for me right now. Skateboarding, it ebbs and flows. There's hills and valleys, just like life. Riding high in April, shot down in May, you know, as they say. You gotta take everything in stride and know that nothing will keep you down forever as long as you don't let it. You know, I know I'm gonna be back in skating again. I just gotta overcome this little hurdle, I guess, of kind of out for the count for a little bit just because of my back, and I'm trying to rack my brain as to what it could be. And I think part of it maybe is, and something I've been taking steps to rectify, but I think part of it is my posture in terms of riding my bicycle because of the way I have the skateboard strapped around my back. And I live in downtown Orlando now, so I've been cycling to the skate park, and so that's been a lot of fun. But I recently just invested in a skateboard rack for my bicycle, and I'm hoping that that is going to help having better posture, and then I won't have back pain like I have been having. I just swapped the wheels. Good thing to do, I don't know if you guys know this, as you're setting up a new board and if you're recycling your wheels, good thing to do is rotate them between the two trucks, because just like you would rotate the tires in your car, they get different wear and tear on different sides. Keep your stuff lasting a little bit longer. All right, now we're gonna change the bushings on the back truck. This one is the really bad one. In fact, let me show you guys how bad this one is. You can see a better close-up of the bushing once I get them off. But this one is gonna be tricky to get off because the kingpin now is like, yeah, the kingpin is now like recessed into the bushing. I'm gonna get some pliers. Talk amongst yourselves. I got the wrench working magic now. Woo! Okay, now let's see if we can use the skate tool again. Aha! Just a bit of grit and determination. I guess maybe that's the theme of this video, some grit and determination, because you're gonna encounter obstacles, whether you're just changing your setup or life in general, or just trying to learn a new trick on that ledge. Always obstacles, and you just gotta learn how to get over them. I think probably the best bit of advice, just off the bat, general overall, is suck up your knees a bit more. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize how bad this thing is. It's not just cracked, it's like exploded. I exploded my bushings. Oh my God, I have to show you these. I'll show you some close-ups of these bushings. Actually, I'll probably just overlay it as B-roll right now as I'm talking, but I'm actually gonna shoot it after I've spoken about it, so it seems like it's in the future, but really it's not the case. Movie magic, baby. Oh, it's gonna be nice. I do like the silver and the orange. I think that's a good look for the truck with the bushings. Silver and orange. Now where did I put that kingpin? Okay, pop these bearing covers back on and then put them in the wheels, and the trucks and the wheels will be ready to go, and then we're gonna grip it up and then we're gonna put the hardware through and then be all set. It's such a satisfying feeling popping those bearing covers back on the bearings. If you've never done it before, just go out and buy a set of bearings and just pop the bearings off just for fun. and then, yeah. Yeah. Another in the long line of life lessons that I've been talking about in this video. We're not looking for perfection, we're just looking to make it work, because you can spend all life looking for perfection and you're just gonna be unhappy in the end of it. That's the problem when it comes to recycling trucks and hardware. Sometimes they get stripped or just beat up so they don't thread correctly, as is kind of the case here. I might just have to strip some of these. Oh goodness. I have to probably invest in one of those tools that has the threader on them, but for now, just have to brute force it, huh? There we go. One down, 3 more to go. Almost there, guys. Fun part's coming up. I gotta grip the new board. I actually kind of really enjoy that part. Something like artistic about it. Feels almost like sculpting in a way. When you get it nice, like a nice clean slice all the way around, like, yeah, baby. It is also really satisfying popping bearings into the wheels. You hear that? I hope that came out on the audio. Take a nice little sound bite there, and I'll use it in the rest of my videos. Anytime something satisfying happens, just go. I have to cut a lot out of this video because as it stands, it's gonna be like 30 minutes long. Okay, wheels, bearings, bushings, trucks all set up. Now we're gonna grip it. Here we go. Once again, Galactic G8375. Made in Canada, maple wood, almost as good as maple bacon. I'm not one of those kinds of people that gets really big into like the grip tape art and like doing cuts and designs and things out of it. I know there are a lot of people that do that nowadays. It seems to be more and more popular. It's a bit of a cultural phenomenon I'm seeing in terms of the skateboarding realm. Lots of people doing lots of grip art, cool designs on the grip tape. Lovely. That was fun. That was a fun afternoon here, guys. Thanks for joining me while I struggle to grip my board. It's been very hot here too, and that's been making it difficult to skate. Really sort of relegated to early mornings or later in the evenings / sundown / night. So don't mind me for a moment while I'm out of frame. You probably prefer it that way. You're like, God, thank goodness, don't have to look at this guy's face anymore. He's out of frame now. I don't have to look at his face. That's fantastic. Oh, it's getting there. It's getting there. It's gonna be nice and pretty. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna get a freshy deck and some freshy shoes. I might try and go out and get some clips this evening. We'll see how I feel. I don't know. I don't want to push it. Like I said, I think the best thing for me to do is just to get some rest. Take a little bit of time off maybe from skateboarding, but I am also very bad at taking time off from skateboarding because, like I'm sure many of you out there, I really enjoy doing it. Obviously, final steps are put some stickers on. I usually don't put stickers on my boards, but I got a couple lying around, so might as well put them to some kind of use, huh? Had a blast the other day filming a couple of my friends at the local skate park. They held it down for me in my stead while I was sort of out for the count for a little bit with the tweaked lower back. You know, I sort of pinched a nerve back there, and that wasn't fun. There we go. It's a new complete. I do think, now that I'm feeling it, yeah, that Jessup isn't as grippy, which I actually don't mind so much because I don't like the super grippy feel of brand new grip tape. Especially if you're like me and I like to hold my board and throw it down. I always end up feeling like my thumbs after the first few sessions of a brand new board end up getting kind of like worn down. I'm liking this look though. Grab a couple of stickers and we'll slap some bad boys on there, and then that'll be calling it quits. Okay, don't tell anyone. This is gonna be a little bit of a cheeky move here. So this is Galactic G local skate shop. I got some stickers yesterday from Plus skate shop, another local skate shop. They're actually pretty close to each other, and naturally they're competitors, right? Because they both occupy the same industry, the same market in a very close proximity from each other. So what I'm gonna do, put this Plus Skate Shop sticker on top of the Galactic G board. You know, just a little bit of like a cheeky move, kind of like, you know, they're battling it out on my board right here. Two direct competitors just side by side. Maybe they're not battling, maybe they're just coexisting and like living peacefully in harmony, like for the love of skateboarding. I think that's like a beautiful actual, like that's kind of like a beautiful mantra to leave this video off with. It's the love of skateboarding. They're not battling it out, they're just peacefully coexisting here on the deck. Like I'm gonna put them right here. Galactic Skate Shop, and then also Plus Skate Shop, Orlando, Florida. All right, here we go. I found two more. We got our Bones sticker that comes with each and every set of Bones bearings that you get. I got Bones bearings on here, and actually Bones wheels. So we'll plop this down here. Hopefully try to avoid the wheel bite area, and it fits in nicely with the circle of bubbles. And also shout out to my homie Tony for Stay Young Skateboarding. Gave me one of these stickers a while back, and I've been just holding on to it for safekeeping, not knowing where to put it. That's the tricky thing I find with stickers, but having a brand new skateboard is a good place to slap some stickers on. Once again, shout out Tony. Tony loves skateboarding. Link in the description. Go check out his channel, follow him. It'll be a constant reminder every time I ride that I need to stay young and keep on skateboarding. But there we go, the board is all set up. Might go out for a little skate session this evening. If I do, I'll put a little montage or some clips right after this. And let me know what you thought about that skate philosophy idea. I might be thinking about getting some other people on the show, and we just talk skateboarding for, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, and just, you know, have some candid opinions and thoughts about the philosophy of skateboarding, because, you know, there really is a bit of one to unpack. Be kind of fun and interesting to dive into. With that said, thanks so much for watching. I'm so glad you came along and spooted with me today, and I'll see you in the next videos. So I just got back from a quick session at the skate park before I got rained out. As you can tell from the footage, it's pretty gloomy today, and I think it's going to be like this for the entire week. So hopefully that doesn't inhibit me being able to skateboard. But nevertheless, the skateboard and the shoes and the grip tape and everything, it all felt really good actually. The session was really kind of smooth, my back didn't hurt too much. But the only problem I had, the slight caveat, was again the bushings. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I seem to just have this innate propensity to breaking my bushings every single pair that I get. And I did a little bit of research online, and it seems, though, counterintuitive to what my initial instinct was, maybe some harder bushings would be better. See, my thought was the softer bushings would yield more to turning and all that stuff and cranking down, and therefore resist cracking as much. But from what I'm learning, I guess the harder ones are better at resisting cracking. So maybe I'll look into getting some of those in the future. But either way, I'm excited to do some more skateboarding. I know of a few covered spots nearby that maybe I'll do some just simple street skating. So stick around for some of that in the future. More skateboarding and shenanigans to come soon. But in the meantime, make sure that you keep on spooting, and I'll see you in the next video.